The weak female character I've used in my trailer is a character that's commonly seen in slasher or supernatural horror. I've developed this character as she does not ask for the help of a man, which is what the females and last girl characters usually do, despite being the last girl or a strong character. My trailer, however, does not feature a male, which connotes the modern woman that do not need to turn for the help of men. At the beginning of my trailer, I used a lot of medium shots. This shows not only what is happening to the person, but what is happening around them as well. This is a convention that I identified in both of the trailers that I analysed. I found that using these shots sets a tone of equilibrium. This allows for more serious tone for the disruption of equilibrium, which in my trailer was the finding of the box. For this I used more close-ups, which again was a convention which I identified in the textual analysis that I used in my own product. Close-ups allowed me to show props that had significance to the story. A convention that I have discovered is that when something dramatic is happening in the narrative, it is shown through the use of over-the-shoulder shots. I use this convention when my supernatural character is seen for the first time in my trailer. I use this convention as it allows us to see what the protagonist is seeing, and it is very effective. Montages at the end of a horror trailer are commonly used through the whole of the genre. All of the shots from my montage are medium shots, as this allows for us to see just the action and a small amount of location, so we know that the protagonist is isolated within the location. This was a convention that I identified in the pack trailer. I chose this convention in my trailer as it creates dramatic tension and sets the trailer up for the final scare, which was another convention I discovered in many supernatural horror films, for example, Grave Encounters. This was very effective and leaves the audience wanting more. For this reason, I used this convention as I thought it was very effective. I used a supernatural character crawling from behind the sofa and reaching out to her doll before she goes back. A convention I have seen in all of the horror trailers that I have watched is captions. Captions allow for narrative to be shared without having to show the narrative. I identified them in such films as The Pact, Grave Encounters. I used this convention as I wanted to give away some narrative in my trailer and show that it was slightly psychological horror but mainly supernatural. It also allows you to put review quotes in, which is how I use the convention. I use the common convention of editing and using fades. I identified this convention in the trailer of The Pact. They use many fades to set tone. I used this convention as I thought it was effective at creating tone, and also it slows down the pace of your trailer but still creating enigma so we don't know what's happening at the end of the shot. When I watched my trailer back, I noticed that the fades were very useful at doing this, and they created much dramatic tension and tone. I used the soundtrack in my trailer as I thought this created dramatic tension. It adds atmosphere and tone to my product as it allows for heightened tension shots to be heightened by the soundtrack. I identified soundtracks in many trailers, for example, The Pact and Grave Encounters.